I'm so excited to be celebrating my birthday in Sintra. I'm picking up my rental car from Lisbon to make the drive. This is my first time renting a car in Portugal. So if you are interested in Sintra and checking out what it has to offer, this vlog is for you. I'll be showing you my favorite beaches and rating the restaurants that I attend, and of course showing you where I'm staying. So sit back, relax, and watch until the very end. I don't know why I decided to get an electric car, but this has happened to me recently. And then you get to the counter, they be like, it's more. And y'all know I would be cheap, so I'm not paying though. The drive from Lisbon to Sintra was about a half hour, so I'm previewing the route on Google Maps right now. Unfortunately, I could not get my Apple Play to connect. I didn't have the right cord, so I just had to just use my phone, and I arrived to the place I was staying. Now, you see all these stairs? I didn't carry my luggage all down these stairs, but I was confused on where to park my car. So I just had to park where my GPS said I was and just walk around and get the lay of the land. And then I carried my shoulder bag down, and then I went around to try to figure out, like, how the heck do I get my car down here? Because as you can see, it's steep. Well, walking down is steep, but it's just the same thing driving. So I was a little nervous because I'm like, what if I go off this cliff? Like, what am I doing? So yeah, I actually made a stop at the wrong spot, but I didn't record me trying to break into the wrong lockbox. And then I finally arrived, and I'm like, okay, this is where I need to figure out how to get my car down and park. And I absolutely loved my view. Like, I wanted to open the door and see the ocean to be able to walk down to the beach. Now, unfortunately, the weather the whole time I was here was trash. This is me driving down. I actually had to ask someone, like, hey, how the heck did you get down here? But the weather was about 7 degrees the entire time that I was here. It was sunny the first day and the last day. And let me put this PSA out. I am not holding my camera and driving. I have my phone on a tripod and a cup holder. And this is me trying to maneuver and park, because sometimes you see the little post down. I'm like, I didn't want to try to squeeze my car through that. But look at that ocean, and this is where I'm staying. I booked this on booking.com. Overall, I really did enjoy this spot. It could use a little bit more cleaning, like a little deep clean. But it came with a little beach bag that came in handy, and I could literally hear the ocean when I went to bed at night, y'all. Hey y'all, it's day 2. Yesterday was very interesting driving. Woo, I got a story for y'all later, but this is a few steps outside of my Airbnb. So super nice. I'm gonna go check out this restaurant down here because I'm starving, per usual. Not sure if you can tell, but this is actually a beach down there, but the shoreline is just pushed up because of the weather and it's gloomy. But this is a really nice area to stay, and the food here was delicious. I had some ceviche to start, and I ordered octopus, and everything was delicious. And then I just spent some time out here. Like, I walked to this area, like this bar area, and I just sat with my headphones on and kind of just reflected and just took everything in. I was not gonna let the non-sunny weather not have me at the water. And I did have my swimsuit on underneath it just in case the sun did peep out, but it never did. I cannot believe I rented a car in Lisbon. Well, Lisbon, and drove it to Sintra. And these views are amazing. It's an electrical car. I was seeing that on the last clip of the video, but I had to pull over and tell y'all about, because I'm driving now, I'm a little bit more comfortable about yesterday. Tell me why I almost got hit coming into incoming traffic. Not because I wasn't reading signs properly, but I do not know the traffic laws here up in Lisbon. Let me stop saying Lisbon, in Portugal, because I'm in Sintra, which is about a half hour, 45 minutes outside of Lisbon. And Europe roads in general are very narrow. I've driven in Bulgaria. I've driven in, not Romania, but I've driven in Greece, and I literally had to pull over because I was crying. I was freaking out in Greece. I've driven in Costa Rica. I mean, this isn't my first time driving outside the U.S. And even though I don't speak Portuguese, you can understand what the signs are saying from the colors and different things. And with me traveling so much and actually being in countries that don't have the like English alphabet, like even though it's in Portuguese, I can make out what certain things are saying. However, when I was driving yesterday, the roads are very narrow, and I thought it was a one-way. It didn't say do not enter. It didn't have like a red don't enter or anything. But I was like, I kind of feel like cars can come out this way. So I paused and I kind of just parked. And cars, sure enough, were coming onto me. And I'm like, how? The GPS kept telling me to go down this street. And I'm like, this GPS is trying to kill me. And one of my favorite episodes of The Office is when Michael and Dwight, they are so stupid. But I think Dwight actually drove into the lake because the GPS kept telling him to go straight, and he was like, I don't think this makes sense. And Michael was like, the GPS said it, so do it. And every time when I'm driving, I'm like, I'm not going to just blindly follow a GPS. Then when I pulled around in the parking lot, I watched it was cars that was going the direction I needed to go, where the GPS was telling me to go. Cars are going that way, and I'm like, what the heck? Then I realized that people actually pull over to let the cars pass. You take turns. What? So it was like, I noticed that it was like 5 cars would go and then other 5 cars would go. So this is like, when I'm confused, I will take a minute and I will sit back and observe to see what I should do. And I was on my way to Lisbon. Then I get to Lisbon downtown area. So stressful. I literally almost got hit by a bus. So I was texting my friend this morning and she was like, are you vlogging? I'm like, girl, my nerves was so shot from yesterday. She was like, you should have vlogged that. Girl. Not me driving, but like when I tell y'all I was so rattled, I couldn't believe I almost got hit by a bus. So I'm coming, like I'm driving, and then I'm seeing like it's a curve. And I'm seeing these cars kind of veer to the right, but I thought they were trying to park. No, they were not trying to park. So I paused and I'm like, okay, now I can't see around the corner. That should have been my first clue, considering I just told y'all about the street I thought was one way. And I'm like, I'm slowly going. Because let me tell you one thing, I do kind of got a heavy foot in the US of A, but no, not outside the country. So I'm slowly turning. Why the heck is a bus turning right? I'm like, oh my God. The bus paused and was like, the guy was like cussing me out, and I was like, oh my God. Like I literally was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Mind you, I have an electric vehicle, and the gears, I'm trying to just show you, like, it's this, like you gotta press the button. It don't work consistently all the time, meaning like when I try to do reverse or something, sometimes it just don't work. I can't explain it. So I'm in downtown Lisbon, which is busy. It's a freaking festival going on. And I'm like, okay, Sasha, you need to back up uphill. Like, not only is it uphill, it's a curve. I couldn't record it because of what was going on. And I was like, I try to calm myself down because I'm like, Tasha, you got to do this. I'm giving myself pep talks. Then this car, I learned how to drive with mirrors. Before it was backup cameras. However, the last few years I have a backup camera, so I'm used to seeing behind me full range with a camera. This vehicle does not. It has sensors. So when you are having a damn near panic attack and you're like, okay, my first sense is looking at the camera. I'm like, that's not a camera, it's freaking sensor. I'm trying to be calm, and the cars is like honking. The bus driver, I'm looking straight at him. He is literally going crazy on me, and I'm looking like, and people stopping, like looking at me like, what's she gonna do? I was like, could somebody help me? I was just sitting there. I was backing up like little by little, pause, using my mirrors, back up, pause. When I tell y'all, I was so freaking nervous. And then this guy came, tapped on my window, and he was like telling me like, you gotta back up, like direction me. I was like, I can't do it. And he was like, huh? I was like, I can't do it. And I was like, can you please help? Like, I was like, dang. And he said, you want me to drive the car? I was like, yes. When I tell y'all, I hopped over to this passenger seat real quick, and he was so confused. back this up. And he backed it up, and the bus driver was like, he was giving like direction for the bus driver. They were talking to each other to give direction on how much space they needed. And that is a thing. Like, because the roads are so narrow, so you have to share the road. And when I tell you I'm not rushing, because I'm already just nervous, just because I get nervous driving in different states. Like, when I'm at home, it's like, you get a little bit more relaxed, you know exactly where you're going. When I drive in California, I've gotten used to driving in California a little bit more, but I'll be a little nervous just because it's all kind of incline dips, all kind of things. And baby, Lisbon got them too. So it is day 2 of me fully being in Portugal, and it's kind of cloudy today, but I had me a good little meal that I've already showed y'all. I don't know what order I'm gonna put this in, but yeah, I am enjoying myself. I'm going to put my I'm gonna put my camera in a cup holder and see if it records, but I'll be telling y'all some other things about driving here, because I'm learning a lot. Will I ever rent a car and drive here again? Probably, but I'm gonna just stay in Sintra. I'm not gonna try to drive to Lisbon. Like, I'm just gonna drive to the airport on Sunday. Today is Friday, but I'm not gonna be gallivanting to Lisbon. I just found this wine I used to love in Spain. It's not the same exact bottle, but I think it's what I was drinking. So I'm gonna have this on my little porch area at my Airbnb. One thing about driving here is you can't just pull over to think or pull into somewhere. It's very hard to find like a little parking lot or anything to pull on the side of the road. You just got to keep rolling with the punches. So that is one thing that frustrates me, because the GPS situation here can be confusing, and when you're trying to get your bearings, you just got to keep going. I keep going to different parts to look at the ocean, but I love it. It's so loud that even when I had my headphones on earlier, I could still hear the waves over what I was listening to. So that was good. And another thing I like is you can walk down closer. It's like once you get to one part, it's always stairs, and just different little areas you can sit and look out at. And it's surprising, because I love beaches where you can have a chair and just relax. This is not one of those, not this area anyway, because the tide is so strong. And I'm surprised at the weather, because I came here 3 years ago around this time. Well, Well, it was July, end of June, July, and it was burning up, and it's 70 degrees, 21 degrees Celsius. And so the only thing you can really do is look at the water, because this water, this ocean, is ice cold. I'm talking about when it was 95 degrees outside, it was ice. So it's no way in the world that I would get in, even dip my toe in. Obviously not this part, but the beach I came here for, which I'm going to show y'all. I want to go there on my actual birthday, because I said I want to spend my birthday at this beach. The restaurant was so good. That's what y'all will see. Well, it's all gonna be the same thing for y'all, but for me tomorrow. And I was thinking about going back to Lisbon today to maybe like meet up with some people, but I'm just not doing it. Like I told y'all, that drive was crazy. And look at this, when you walk in, this looks so scary. Like you can walk, you can fall off. I'm gonna show y'all what's it like at the edge. But I just wanted to be by water on my birthday and chill. I'm not really feeling like having conversation besides talking to y'all on camera. But I'm about to be reading my book. It's super windy. I feel like it's about to blow me off this little lookout. So you're about to make it to the other side. But it's like 6:30 now. So I'm gonna go back near my Airbnb and sit out, drink my wine, read a little bit of my book. I'm not looking at the camera, y'all, because I'm being mindful. It's super windy out here. But yeah, if you came here with your kids, you would have to watch them, because look, it's no barrier, it's nothing. That's literally the drop down. It's rock. So they got this little brick thing right here, and that's it. I'm down there in the street. I'm gonna show y'all the sidewalk in a minute. It's so narrow. So narrow. After walking about 5 minutes down, I ran into this beach. I had not seen this beach the last time I was in Sintra. I decided to just have my dinner here. I do want to point out that this, like, Sintra to me is just nothing but coastline and beaches. Like, you do have mountains and like when you're going more inland where it's more restaurants, but it's just beautiful all around, and it's very slow paced. It's not a lot of people here. I don't know if it's different times of the year, but I didn't meet anybody here. I didn't do any meetups. Like when you see my Lisbon vlogs, which there's more to come on that, I always meet people, and I expected this being in Sintra, like to not really meet people. I didn't feel comfortable driving around like the main highway, like not highway, but the main road you see right there is what I feel comfortable with. And this is my birthday, y'all, and I decided to go check out this brunch spot that the Airbnb host, even though I booked it on booking.com, I was gonna call it Airbnb, had recommended. And I liked the aesthetics when I first walked up. I thought it was really beautiful, but the food, it was definitely not worth the drive. It was very basic, very basic. I got French toast, and I had asked for my eggs fried hard. Didn't get that, but the views were there. The aesthetic was here, but it just wasn't worth the drive, the nerve-wracking drive for me to go there. So maybe the other food is good, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely rate this place about a 4 as far as taste of food, tea, and yeah, I just was underwhelmed with the actual food quality. The service was all right. I am at my Airbnb, and I don't feel like trying to squeeze down this road, so I'm just gonna park here and walk down. I forgot my headphones and my jacket, so I had to come all the way back.
400 meters, turn right onto Avenida Luis Augusto Colares, N375.
I am in the area of the beach I want to spend my birthday at, and I am amazed about how much I remember. I remember walking in this area because when I came to the beach a few years ago, I actually was stranded. Look how tight that curve and the winding roads are, like in blind spots are. But anyway, I rented a car because I wanted to go to this beach, and not just this beach. I wanted to be able to maneuver and see different areas of Sintra on the coastline. And when I took a ride sharing app from Lisbon before, I used Bolt, Uber. They're pretty much similar. I was able to get a ride share app down here to the beach that I'm heading to. But when I was ready to leave after eating dinner and all that, right before it got dark, there was no ride sharing. And I had to walk up this road. And I'm not sure if I have it captured on my Lisbon vlogs for 3 years ago. I'm going to attach this video to the playlist. But yeah, I was just walking up this road, y'all. This, which you see me driving down, I had to walk this whole thing up. It was getting dark. It's no street lights. You see a few of them, but they wasn't working. It wasn't pitch black the last time I made this walk, but when I was here and I had to make the walk up, but I had to walk to a bar and ask them to call a taxi or ask for a taxi driver to take me back to Lisbon. And for that reason, I know my personal experience, some could change in the 3 years since I've been here, but after a certain point, you need to have a taxi or be able to contact someone to get you a taxi. And I'm like, I just want to rely on myself. However, I don't know if I would be, I would take that back. I survived driving here and it was fine overall. My nerves did get better with the days, but when I do come back to Sintra, I will do like how I did now. I'm just going to stay in Sintra. I'm not going to be trying to go back and forth to Lisbon and call it a day. I was so happy to get this parking spot right at the restaurant and literally right at the beach. All right, y'all, we made it to the beach that I came back for, and my hair is blowing. I got stuff in here from the last restaurant, but it's like 70 degrees, so I'm not gonna wear my swimsuit. I'm just gonna sit here on my beach towel bag and read my book on my phone and chill out until it get about dark time, because I do not want to make that drive back when it's dark, because these street lights do not be on. Why I really like this beach is just because of the caves, and that the tide comes in and it's strong, and I like to catch waves, jump over them. But since it's so cold, I'm not doing that today. But I don't swim in the ocean. I just pretty much jump over the waves and the tide. But some people are getting in, but it's too cold for me. If you watch my channel, you know I'm always out of town somewhere celebrating one of my friends' birthdays. So it's like, why did you go to Portugal by yourself? I have a lot of friends who love me and family. The thing is, my friends are different friend groups, and the thought of trying to coordinate that gave me a headache. Secondly, I just really needed a moment to myself. I've been essentially just overstimulated being back home. Work is busy. I pretty much got 3 jobs, y'all. I have doing my CPA, 9 to 5. Then I have Financial Guardian, which is a nonprofit to teach kids about financial literacy. And then I have freaking real estate. And then I do YouTube whenever. YouTube is don't generate a whole lot of money. But my point is, I'm always doing something. Even when I slow down at home, it's not the same as getting completely out of my normal routine. And I really enjoyed Portugal. Even though I had a ton of hiccups, which y'all will see in the future vlogs, I still enjoyed my time here because I spent 3 days at Sintra to clear my head, which I definitely needed. And then I went to Douro Valley, which is like Napa Valley. It's Portugal's wine country. And then I closed out in Lisbon and met amazing people. But I just really didn't have the capacity to be social and interact with a whole lot of people, which is why I decided to go it alone. And I knew I wanted to eat at this restaurant in particular. Unfortunately, it was so busy. It was like another hour wait. So I just ate outside, which was not what I planned on. But I enjoyed my fish, my sea bream, and the fish that he held up is not the same size as this. So I don't know what they was doing. They did a little bait and switch on me. But I enjoyed my dinner. And I enjoyed my time in Portugal despite all the hiccups, despite the driving. And as I'm doing this voiceover, my flight being canceled, and I'm spending another day in Lisbon. So it's just truly been an adventure. But I feel after I left Sintra in Douro Valley, I felt more like myself, to be honest. And that was a really good feeling. So until next time, bye.